Hey Reddit.
What absolutely makes no sense?
We have less than 1,000 subscribers. Get us to 1,000 for more daily content. You can shatter a bone and it will heal itself, but if you get a tiny cavity you gotta get that filled.
Never thought about that. Kinda glad it's not the reverse of that situation. Happy we don't have to fill cavities in our ribs or whatever.
Enamel doesn't regenerate. Also enamel isn't bone.
How Hawaii has an interstate.
Technically, shouldn't it be an interstate?
Takes you only an hour to get from one side of Oahu to the other. Honolulu is the fourth densest city in the country. It's one of the most isolated major cities in the world. And yet everyone needs a car and there's no public transit outside of buses. And Oahu isn't even the worst example of urban planning in the state. Hilo on the Big Island is basically laid out like a Texas suburb.
Gestures vaguely.
If the way this world works ever starts to make sense to you, you need to start worrying about yourself.
You get it.
Why customers continue to gripe at me. A lowly store employee who literally has no part in what items the store stocks. About our store being out of stock of an item.
This isn't getting enough attention. Just general abuse to people whose job is trying to help you. It's not my fault you waited until the last second to order a product that is so popular that it's selling for 9 times its retail value online by scalpers. It's not my fault that you didn't know this burger had pickles on it.
Dust. Something sits there and does nothing and it gets dirty.
I used to think it was skin cells, popular belief. But then I'm like, what about abandoned houses? Do homeless people break in, throw down layers of skin everywhere, and sneak out again every night? Where does it all come from?
Related, to dust something could mean to remove dust or to add dust.
The way you join one of the dentist surgeries in my area. You have a pre-assessment appointment to become a patient. To get the pre-assessment you have to be a listed patient. To become a listed patient, you need to have the pre-assessment. They won't budge on this and they don't take emergency patients either. I never figured it out and went to another dentist surgery.
Many of them are simply not taking new patients. And it's the nice way of telling you. There's like 4 dentists in my town and none of them have taken new patients in something like 4 years. None of them are open even near full time. Because they make so damn much they'd rather be at home. I do IT work for 2 of them and I still can't get an APPT.
The rules to post on are shower thoughts.
I've had every goddamn post of mine removed. And the mods just said, it's a popular thought, like frick you. I just spent 30 fucking minutes combing this shizzy subreddit to confirm how original I am.
Even worse, the fact that you can buy bans for others on our justice served. Pay to ban people you disagree with. Yup, some justice.
How good people who do everything right can just get fricked over and their lives destroyed in a split second.
It's tragic and I think most humans are bad at processing it. A woman my mom knows through uni friends experienced a horrific incident of medical negligence while she was in hospital giving birth and was paralyzed. For me the most surreal thing was how much people discussed what she could have done differently, should have had a home birth. Shouldn't have gone to a public hospital. Why didn't the husband alert doctors earlier when he realized something was wrong? Why didn't she ask about the procedure more carefully to start with? It was like everyone was desperately trying to justify that this happened for a reason and if they just do the right thing they can avoid it. Like, no, sometimes life just sucks. If everything happens for a reason, sometimes the reason is that life is random and terrible.
Met a great guy. Easily the best person I ever met. He got into a car crash and his sister died.
The platypus.
How someone can be a flat earther. I'm convinced now it's a free, told you so, trip into space.
Pretty sure it started out as a meme or joke and the stupid people were too stupid to realize it was a joke and ran with it.
And there's no reason to be a flat earther. Like what do they gain? They're not fighting the establishment or preparing for doomsday, they just believe the earth is flat. It's so stupid.
Cartoon sons being drawn wearing sunglasses. Like what exactly are they protecting their eyes from?
They're wearing sunglasses because they're stars, and celebrities don't always want to be recognized.
They wear sunglasses because suns are cool.
You can drink a drink but you can't food a food.
That's a good one.
In Germany you can food your food in a town called Food. All hail my native language that has a word for everything but sometimes chooses to just use one.
How certain people still have a large following after doing something unforgivable.
Wait, what did I do?
Insert Chris Brown police report.
That famous rich people get a lot of things for free, while they are the ones that can afford everything.
Along similar lines, working in a credit union I encounter far more well-off people bitching about the $5 fee for their cashier's check when they have tens of thousands in their accounts. Meanwhile, the people living paycheck to paycheck are far less likely to ask for me to waive the fee. Maybe a lifetime of bitching about fees is how they amassed their wealth in the first place. But at what cost?
The fact that the government knows exactly how much tax you owe but doesn't tell you unless you underpay.
Exactly. Why can't they just figure it out themselves and send me a bill?
Forcing an apology. They don't mean it and only said it to appease whoever told them to apologize. They'll do it again most likely.
With kids it's more about teaching them the concept of apologizing. Never heard of someone forcing an apology from an adult.
How many people are famous even though they have absolutely no talent?
It's not what you know. It's who you know. That's life in many places. Plenty of famous people have famous friends or are connected by family to other celebs. You're right though about how little sense it makes to have people being famous even though they have zero talent.
That you need credit to establish credit. That many entry-level jobs require 3 to 4+ years experience. That hot dogs come in packs of 5, 6, or 10 and hot dog buns only come in packs of 8. That someone can go to jail for 12+ years for distribution of marijuana but a drunk driver who kills 2 people only goes to jail for 3. I probably got more if I think about it a bit longer, haha.
In Texas, my aunt was killed by a drunk driver while riding her bike. He got intoxicated manslaughter. He got 20 years. Found Jesus and got out in 10 years. Then got arrested for domestic abuse and public intoxication.
Toddlers. WTF is going on in their little brains to make absolutely no sense. Sorry, just spent a ton of time trying to get my kid to do something he wanted to do until I told him to do it.
How many ways can I kill myself today? Toddlers' thoughts.
My 2-year-old today just started throwing puzzle pieces in the trash while her sibling was trying to put it together. Before that, she dumped a full cup of water on the kitchen floor then cried because her socks were wet.